And then when you take it out...
The lawyer turns into a pig.
Hi, I'm George the Antique Nomad. Come with me as I wander the country in search of valuable vintage, amazing antiques, and cool collectibles. We'll buy, sell, and trade at antique malls, shops, and shows, estate sales, flea markets, thrift stores, anywhere people go to find really interesting things that just aren't made anymore. So come on, let's go! Hey everybody, I'm George the Antique Nomad. One of the wonderful things about the antique and vintage business is the experience of getting to share it with other people. And one of the people I really enjoyed sharing it with over the years was Carol Atkinson, who used to set up right across from me at the St. Pete Coliseum Antique Show, and she just had such fun and such joie de vivre. She loved collecting cats, and my mother does too, so they struck it off and we all got to know each other, and we just had so much fun over the years. Unfortunately, Carol passed recently, and her collections are now coming onto the market. If we're good stewards, these things will outlast us. So some of the items that she and her late husband, who were really big into antique advertising, had were things that you just never see. Some of these have not been on the market in 40 years. Her brother and sister-in-law brought a lot of the collection to the West Palm Beach Antique Show to sell and to share with everyone, so we're going to show you some of that now.
This wonderful collection of cats is part of her legacy. Look at the andirons there with the glass eyes. Those are just really neat. These were Maria Christine Pavone cat brooches, and she was using Galalith, which is a French material similar to Bakelite and Catalan, but a little different in its composition. These are more recent vintage, but aren't they cute as can be? She had such neat stuff. Black cat roof cement. That's really fun. And napper with the cat on it. That is a tobacco holder. There were books done in the 1980s and 90s, collector reference books called The Cat Made Me Buy It. Cats have been used as advertising motifs since the Victorian time. So there's a lot of neat old black cat and other cat things out there. Smuts, the tailless cat, a very jolly new game. And there's Smuts for you. And there's his tails. Here's a calendar from her collection. Black Cat doorstop. This is, I believe, by Hubley from the 1920s. It's priced at $175. They're not easy to find. I've owned one in my career. This is an old advertising piece, and it's a match striker, so Mother Cat has the rough spot that you can scratch your matches on. So don't scratch me, scratch Mother. And this is advertising Ching Spar, the modern soap reinforcement. You can tell by the way the woman's dressed that this is about 1915. The Black Cat no trump bridge markers are an unusual thing from the 1920s and 30s as well. Dave and I are at the show now, and he's been shopping. He's taking a break to do a puzzle, but boy, did he get some more really great cat-related things from our late friend's collection, and I just wanted to show you because the good stuff just keeps coming. This is another neat match striker. That was a pretty popular thing to give out in Victorian era because you needed it near your stove. So this one is shoe dressing, which you would heat up to polish, and stove enamel. So it is a cross collectible for a whole bunch of reasons. It's kitchen related, it's early tin litho advertising, it's cat related, it's black memorabilia, it's a whole lot of things in one piece. So that's a pretty valuable item, made by None Such in Toronto. And here is the None Such waterproof for your shoes. So this is what they were advertising. This tin's going to be a little bit later, but no later than early 1900s. Thomas's black ink. Here's the ink bottle. This is the larger bottle, apparently. And it's nice because it's got the paper label and the embossing. A lot of times the paper labels are all rotted out. It tells you all the different kind of ink that they make. You can also tell it's a nice old bottle because see how it's a very thick seam, and then when it gets to the collar it stops. That's because collars had to be applied separately. They didn't have a way to do the seam all the way up to the top of the collar until about 1907. This is a cool little note holder for Black Cat shoe dressing, once again, for ladies and gents wear. Challenges the world. And look, the Black Cat brings good luck, contrary to what you've been told. And then this one is Smoke the Black Cat. And this is another cigar box. When we lift this open, there it is. He also bought a couple of other things that I think are cool. This is Prairie Queen baking powder from Fort Wayne, Indiana. I think he said he's going to keep that in his collection. Here's a couple of pre-prohibition shot glasses. Again, here's Black Cat whiskey. I think that one's really great. And then this one he actually bought from me. This is Cook's Brewing with, let's get that out so we can see better. This is Cook's Brewing from Evansville, Indiana. That was their original factory. I found that and brought it down for him. Here's another cat item. This is celluloid, and it's a little folder here. Corbett Brothers Fine Silk Ribbons. Velvet ribbons. I guess velvet must be the cat. And it's got a 1907 calendar in the middle of it. And then this says Ollie's from Paris. We think this might be a condom tin. We're going to have to do a little investigating about that. Aluminum. He got this from me as well, and I think you might have seen this in my preview video for this show, because this is Don Quixote, and he's got other Don Quixote things. And then this piece I didn't show you, but he got this from me as well. This is a really neat pocket watch case made of a bunch of different inlaid woods, and you put your pocket watch, which is where the dial is, that is a pocket watch sitting in there.
Take the lid off.
Oh, cool, okay.
See the watch down there.
Oh, excellent, thank you. Yeah, so there you go. There's the watch in there. And it's got the paperwork in the back talking about all the different inlaid woods that the guy used to make this. This is something that was handmade by someone who is obviously quite a woodsmith. I'm going to set it down so we can get back from it. It looks like a grandfather clock the way it's made with the pendulum swinging. Really unusual piece, probably right around 1900.
Yeah, these are really nice too.
Wow.
I got three pretty good pinback
Oh, those are
buttons.
really cool. Celluloid.
Yep.
19 teens, 20s?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, those are really great. Have you had those before? This one
No, I haven't had any of those
looks
before,
like he's wearing
actually.
a jacket.
And then I actually got a pretty good
It's
mug.
the Harrisburg bottling of Anheuser-Busch. That's got to be pretty early. I didn't realize that the individual bottling
Yeah, it
plants
comes
would
in-
have done this.
It comes in two sizes. There's a shorter size, but this one is rarer than the shorter one.
Wow, that's really cool. What do you think that is worth? Is that something going to auction?
I think the bigger one's probably $250, $300.
Nice. Beautiful condition.
These
Oh,
are
and
all
this-
wooden boxes with really early nice cat labels in them.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. This would have been Cigars, Cigarillos.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've never seen that box.
No, me neither. I haven't seen any of these.
Black Cat Havana cigar. That's such a great graphic.
Yeah.
And the cat doing all those different things. Really neat stuff. Interesting, because that looks sort of asymmetrical, like it's almost been cut off on the end, but that is the way that they produce those. I've seen that before.
It's a little damaged, but it's got a great label.
Yeah, what do you do about that? I mean, do you repair that, or you just leave it the way it is?
I might do something different with that.
Yeah.
Because somebody just put tape on the back there. It's
Oh, yeah.
Not a good idea.
Yeah.
This is another wooden one. And then this is the other one.
Greenville, Tennessee. Catchy. Wow, that's really cool with him playing with the roll of cigars.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
Huh.
they're really nice cigar boxes. This one's about mint condition for a shoe polish tin.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's
Black
one
Cat's
you don't
the-
see very often. It's Canadian, but it's
Toronto,
really
yeah.
nice.
Will Americans buy the Canadian stuff, or is it kind of specific?
They will. Now, this one's going into Morford's auction.
Oh, wow.
He's actually from Cazenovia, New York,
Oh, okay.
upstate New York.
Who am I thinking of? What's the one that's in Adamstown that you use?
Oh, that's Morphe's.
Morphe's, that's right.
They're in Denver, which is next to Adamstown. Now, this one's actually this is actually tin litho, and this is
Wow.
out of Canada also.
And that's the hanger for the...
Yeah. On
Yeah.
the back, it's got a hanger right here, so you can hang this
So
on
they
the wall.
basically give you this whole outfit just to get you to remember their shoe polish later.
Yeah, well, they're shoe polish and these brushes. So, yeah. That's a great piece. And this one is a really nice, this is all wood.
That's really cool, and that's a match holder.
Yeah, I got a little metal thing here that
Farm
folds
implements
eventually.
and machinery, but the bear, I haven't really seen one with a bear before.
Yeah. This is the first time I've had one of those.
Phone number 19, so that's like early teddy bear era.
And then this one.
Inks mucilage, okay.
And it's
Ink eradicator. Ink eradicator must be sort of like liquid paper back then.
This one's going into Morford's auction too because I've never seen this tin before.
Yeah, what a great face that cat's
Yeah,
got.
it's pretty good.
Oh, and it's double-sided.
It's pretty good all the way around.
They're actually four-sided, but
Yeah.
two doubles, that's neat.
Pretty nice piece. This one I've had maybe 3 or 4 times over the years.
I've never seen that, though.
Yeah, it's Rochester Brewing Company.
Oh, that's really
Rochester,
cool.
New York. Two-sided, and then you could scratch your
Match
matches on
striker,
there.
right, exactly, yeah. You had to have those ones with
Yeah,
the sulfur
those are
tips, I
just
guess.
paper. Then we got these 2 big ones.
Wow. This is such a neat collection she had. I'm really glad you got some of it.
Yeah.
Thomas's inks again. Okay. Oh, and that's one of the blotters you have in
It's
there, I
pretty
see.
early. It's paper mache.
When you figure early glass eyes looks, what, 1880s, 90s?
Yeah, that one's pre-1900, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And this one,
Wow. This is plaster.
yeah, this is plaster, but I've never seen this before.
Black Cat Whiskey.
And this is
Out of
yeah, it's
Cleveland.
got glass eyes.
Won't scratch. So, yeah, this must have lit up inside somehow with the glass eyes
Yeah, I
and
think-
that
yeah,
that inscribing of
yeah,
that. That's
the
really
stripes of
cool.
it, yeah, they're cut right through.
Wow.
So that's pretty nice.
This is really neat stuff, and I mean, this is all out of a collection that hasn't seen the light of day in years, so...
Yeah, and then this is a cardboard sign with a grommet
Wow.
on top. Very desirable.
With the box full of kittens.
Yeah, probably
The cat is trying to get rid of the
1885,
kittens.
1880, 1885, maybe something like that.
Wow, that's really neat.
And then we have 2 more signs over here. This is tin.
Oh, here's the inks and mucilage
Yeah,
again.
this one's tin litho.
Oh, wow, so that's got to be 1880?
Yeah, probably.
When this is still pretty new.
1890 maybe.
Yeah.
Very desirable sign.
Thomas inks do not thicken.
And then this one's real early. This is another tin sign.
Oh, Bemis Brother and Company. Oh, yeah, this one's a little earlier than the last one because the graphics seem a little more...
Yeah, this is earlier than the other. This is a Tuck Farber.
Tuck
Sun
Farber.
Company.
Oh, I see. Okay, and
Yeah,
that's...
see down here, it's got the name down here. So that's all things I found today. So
Wow, what a great haul. I mean, just really interesting stuff. And the cat theme is just really neat, but I know that was her
I got a
deal.
little bit of this stuff here. This one's actually a folder, 2-sided folder.
There it is. So that's what that sign was
Yeah, it's the
advertising
same as
right
the,
there.
cat
And
there.
the cat there, yeah.
And then this one I'd never seen before. This is actually
Oh,
a
that's neat
blotter.
because it's got the Halloween graphic. Father Goose Regal paper.
And then these were made for several years at the turn of the century. This one's in really nice
Oh,
shape.
that's neat. So it's some sort of a little magazine.
And then these I've had before. These are,
Virginia Sweet Pancake Flour.
yeah.
That's cute, though. Good graphic.
Yeah, and there's a really nice trade card with this kid on it, too. I don't have one with me, but
Wow, how neat. Thank you. I'm glad I got to see all of this stuff. Yeah, she really did have fun things.
yeah.
Sanitary. This is interesting. So this is actually advertising the company making the blotters, which, that's funny. It's the one thing I've never thought of or seen with blotter advertising was the people who actually made the stuff to make the blotters with.
And I've never heard of this stuff
Toilet
either.
paper.
This toilet paper that's this jack-o'-lantern
Made out of crepe, yes.
Yeah, it'd be nice to get a roll of that, I guess.
I guess so. Well,
Yeah.
maybe not to use, but
yeah, exactly.
cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. Neat stuff. What a great collection. Kulmbacher,
Yeah.
made in the United States by Germans. Wow. So that must be real stuff. East St. Louis.
Yeah, a lot of the early breweries were German.
Yeah, it makes sense, but it's interesting that that was a selling point at that point.
And this is a barrel label I was trying to get for 25 years. It's probably the nicest barrel label I've ever seen.
Oh, neat.
So I'm trying to find a circular frame for it.
Oh, how cool. So you're going to keep this for your collection
Yeah,
for a while?
I believe so.
Yeah, that's really neat with the
Yeah, it's
graphic
13
and the horse
inches
card.
13 inches in diameter.
Oh, Ham and Company before it was
Yeah,
Hams.
it's very desirable. And
Yeah, and this is early because it's the Ham Company before they added the apostrophe S.
yeah, I mean, it's two-sided and it's
Wow.
really got great
Really
graphics.
clean too.
It's in
Again,
really great
yeah.
shape.
I mean, considering they ship beer in this, it's
Yeah.
amazing that it's as unscuffed and all that. Oh my gosh, you have got a lot of stuff.
Yeah, this is all stuff I found on the road on the way down to Florida.
Cool.
Yeah, this one I've already sold to one of my friends. This is paper label. But boy, isn't that in great shape.
Yeah, that's really.
And it has the original lid too.
Yeah, well, condition. You taught me. Condition means everything with this stuff.
This is English, but
Yes, a pot lid. Is that for toothpaste, or I know they did it for a lot of different stuff.
yeah, this one's for an ointment to heal yourself.
An ointment.
And
Okay.
it's more desirable because it has a graphic on it instead of just verbiage.
Just letters. Yeah.
Yeah. These are around, but this is the nicest one of these I've seen ever in 45 years.
Mica
of doing
axle
this.
grease. Yeah, I've seen that product before,
Yeah.
but I've not seen
It's
a
really
tin.
clean.
And that was part of Standard Oil. Well, so was everything, I guess, back then.
This is foreign also, but it's brewery.
Oh, but it's Bass, and people are going to recognize that. Is that
Yeah,
is that metal?
No, this is
It's ceramic.
ceramic.
Oh, there we
I'm
go.
going to have it painted. I've got a guy who can repaint that for me.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
And then I picked up some pretty good Victorian
Is that gonna be
trade
okay on there?
cards. These are cards that were used from the Civil War till about 1900 to advertise every product you can. And then when you take it out,
The lawyer turns into a pig.
yeah, it's actually a lard ad.
Fidelity Hams. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Isn't that great? And then I got this Davy Crockett on the road. And he doesn't look like much when you look at him from here, but then...
But he folds in and he's early. I mean, this
Yeah,
isn't 50s Davy Crockett. This is
called a metamorphic card.
oh right, where it changes into something else.
Yeah, so it's actually for a
like Transformers of the Victorian era.
yeah, nice carriage company.
That's really cool.
And then the,
Carriage stuff does pretty well, doesn't it? I mean, I know trade cards, it kind of depends on the subject too.
I don't know if there's anything in. Oh, well, this one's kind of neat too. This is actually a folder on heavier paper for.
Godel's Royal Hams, ham and eggs, and there's all the stuff on lard.
Yeah,
Everything
nice
had
stack
lard
of
in it,
piece.
didn't it?
And then I picked up a pretty good cone top beer can. These aren't particularly rare, but
No, but you just don't see a lot of them
It was in
anymore.
really nice condition.
I mean, it took me until last year to finally find a couple of cone tops that I could buy, and everybody drank them, but they're just gone. Oh, that's for you,
Yeah, this
isn't
is
it?
cobalt blue, but what's nice about it's got the original label on it,
Right.
paper label.
And cobalt usually isn't the color they use for poison bottles, so that's kind of different.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
But it is triangular, which I know that was something, and has the ribbing, so you could tell if you were blind. Oh,
Yeah, this is a cute little souvenir
is.
from the 90s or
33, yeah, World's Fair.
in Chicago.
Oh, I used to collect that World's Fair.
Yeah.
I never saw that piece.
Yeah, that's pretty cute little piece.
I imagine most of them got dropped or lost.
Now this is a Libby's piece, but this originally came with a kid's cardboard store and a counter. I've had it in the
you
original
sold
box.
the store last year, didn't you? You had the
I
whole
had
thing.
one that was mint, and there's 13 tins that come with it. This is one of the more desirable ones because it has a nice picture.
Yeah, that's right. You sold that in Palm Beach last year, I remember.
And this one's just a nice shape. It's a free sample tin.
Oh, that's neat. Samples probably are a little
That's in great shape.
More unusual. I know you said in the tobacco the sample sizes are really hard.
Yeah, I picked up one pretty good spice tin here.
Oh, and nutmeg. Yeah, I know some
this one's
people...
out of Albany, New York, but boy, it's in just great tin litho.
Yeah, and I've never seen that brand before.
Yeah,
some of those regional ones are kind of obscure and more desirable.
This one's going to my partner Wyatt wants at a pretty early soap.
That's really neat.
Box.
I didn't know he was
still
interested
It still
in
has
that.
a product in there. And then that one's veterinary medicine for
Flea soap.
ears. This one you see around in a larger size, but this one's a salesman sample size for that.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, and the sample sizes, again, seem like they're sort of their own collectible area. Dr. Hitchcock's laxative powder.
The laxative powder that's still in there.
Interesting.
But it's just in great shape.
And it says what it is. It's some
these aren't super rare, but they're really desirable because they got a nice graphic on them.
Yeah. Well, and people, laxative tins always sell.
Oh, this is for my grandchild. He's got a big collection of
oh, I've never seen this one before.
Manuel and Barkley soldiers, and I had never seen this one before either, which is kind of nice. It says siren up here.
Yeah. Oh, that's really neat.
So he gets to play with these because they're almost indestructible.
Yeah, that's actually a good thing, too. Plus, he's getting to the age where he can start appreciating this stuff a little, I guess.
And this is not a very expensive tin, but it's just in fabulous condition.
Yeah, and great graphic again.
Yeah, tin litho again.
And that lid with the Egyptian wings and everything. Yeah. That's really neat.
And this is tin litho also. This is a veterinary medicine tin.
Oh. Yeah, anything with a horse.
And then it's got a really nice lid, too.
Very cool stuff.
Yeah. Another talcum powder tin for airflow.
Now, you have one gal who's really collecting these, though, don't you?
Yes, I do. Dolly Noco out of... she's had 2 collections, sold them all, and now she's on her 3rd.
Wow.
And this one's kind of desirable.
Oh, yeah.
It's baby powder, but...
That's California Perfumey, which turned into Avon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very desirable. And then over here, turn that off for a minute. Now, grab this thing. I think it's over here.
Some cool looking trade cards here, too.
I think you'll even like this thing, if I can find it.
Dried beef with the sailboat. Cut out of the cat. Cutouts are always nice, and that's for some hardware.
It's down here.
This was a very famous giant horse called Nebo, who was the largest horse in the world, allegedly, at the time, and was taken around on tours quite a bit. Wow, look how tall he is. He's like 2 humans tall. In 4-Paws all-feature show.
What did I do with it?
Largest, heaviest, and handsomest.
Harley Davidson.
An actual old Harley thing rather than, wow, this is great in 1930, which was not a great year for selling anything, so those have to be some pretty rare models right there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's just in immaculate condition.
Yep, that one on the bottom they said is the 3050 single, and that's like the new cheap one that they came out with because they realized things were going the wrong way then, but that's beautiful. And of course, Harley people are going to be wild for that.
I hope so.
Oh, yeah. No, that stuff is kind of a slam dunk, I think, these days. And this guy's really cool, and you say 1870s. It does look older.
Yeah, I think he's around 18. So yeah, he's a lot older.
Yeah, just the style of the dress and also the
cards started
typing.
About Civil War. Right after the Civil War, went up to about 1900 for trade cards, and then I got just a whole.
Like the plow.
Yeah, that one actually opens up as a folder.
Neat. So a bunch of farm related.
Yeah, farm related stuff.
Cool. I love seeing what you get because you always do all this shopping before I get to see you the first show of the season, and this is all the stuff that doesn't come out at the show. So
I might keep this for my own collection, I'm thinking.
Yeah, it must be fun when you get a lot of this sort of stuff because you get to pick and choose like that. Oh, a trolley card, kind of like a bus placard.
Yeah, see, it's got damage there, so I'll have to have Jaime.
How is it possible to put the fragrance of a big lilac bush into one bottle? That is Ed Pinod's secret, but the whole world can enjoy this fragrance. Well,
yeah, and these are actually what the bottles look like.
Interesting.
I used to dig them up out of the dump.
That's cool.
Yeah, that neat. Oh, I forgot to have these things in here.
Oh, isn't she cute? For mentholatum.
When Bob Nance hasn't seen anything, you got something good.
Wow, I've never seen
consider
her.
him the best picker in the country for antique advertising.
Feel It Heal, mentholatum. Yeah, this has to be 1930s.
Yeah, and it's in pretty good condition. Needs to be cleaned.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's chalkware, it doesn't really have a lot of bungs and bangs.
It's really super rare, from what all the guys tell me. So
That's really cool.
I got the.
And a bunch of pinbacks
I got
up
a
here.
bunch of pinbacks too that I bought on the way down.
This one looks like, is that suffragette? I see a
Yeah, it's a.
I see a woman's head in stars and stripes, and that's usually what that is back then. Teresa Brewer and Mickey Mantle. That's an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I don't know, but Zelda's got quite a hat on there. It's like she's going to the Kentucky Derby or something.
Yeah.
Neat stuff.
Gigantic surfboard.
Oh, the huge longboards that they started with.
Yeah, it went for really big money.
I bet. Well, this is pretty good. Royal Hawaiian Hotel. I mean, it's an awfully famous place.
Yeah,
I laid on the beach
this
right
is really
there.
Nice too.
Oh, that's neat. Is that pre-prohibition? It looks like
Yeah, and
it.
a souvenir booklet for.
For touring the plant, probably right
Yeah.
before they shut it down. Yeah. That's neat.
Isn't that great? Yeah, I took a flyer on something like, I don't know who Hank Keynes is, but he must have been some really good country music guy.
Yeah, I like any sort of old folk and country music stuff. I mean, now that I'm selling in Kentucky, it always finds a buyer.
This I'd never seen before. This is really early hires.
Oh, this is neat, and you cut it out and turned it
Make
into
it
a
into
log cabin
Yep.
for Hires Root Beer and Hires Cough Cure. Yeah, that's right. I forget that
Yeah,
this was all sort of a
I've
digestive.
never seen one of these cough cures before, so that was kind of neat. This one's a booklet for Otsego.
Starch Factory.
Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, that is pretty, and that's the Centennial Edition. Pure malt with the Cupid. Oh, that's great. Also pre-prohibition.
Yep.
Wow, you do find the neatest stuff. And the
Yeah, that
This
one's-
is Harkerware, I recognize, and it's for barber shops. Interesting. I've got a friend whose wife collects
there's
union
a sign
stuff.
that I've had. There's a lot of quite.
I've
a few
had
of
it.
those
I've had that before too.
Quite
Yeah.
a few of those signs around. I got a mint one at my house.
Yeah, that's really neat. Does it say anything on the back? Oh, it says. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is the Harkerware made this, but then this China company did the decoration, so they put their stamp over it.
KASS.
Yeah. Interesting. Cool.
Had code Gen.
Oh yeah, and it's
Aspirin.
always great when it's got all the original products still.
Right.
Not recommended for use, I'm
Well,
sure.
the same guy that sold me the Wolverine sold me this for $20.
Oh well, that's got to be
There's
worth
over
it.
1,000 stamps in there.
Oh yeah, you
So I
can't go
thought, boy,
wrong.
There's got to be, if just one's good.
Exactly, exactly. And the likelihood is you've got something. Yeah, you get into these national park issues. Anything before about this era is where you might have some specialties and some value. I mean, like that one used to be 50 cents. I don't know what they sell for now. The stamp market isn't really very good, but if you have the right stuff from the right era, it can be great still. Yeah, and you've got a few early Washington and stuff. So there's some potential there. You've got a bunch of the inflation stamps here, yeah, when they use these for money. I always thought those were interesting. Or this is suddenly 800,000 marks for a piece of paper.
I don't know how far Germany goes here. Oh, there's Germany.
Oh yeah, there's a really early German.
Biplane?
Yep, yeah, that's for airmail, probably about 1918. Yeah, here we get into some of the German Reich when we're headed towards the war, but it doesn't look like they had the Hitler stamps. The Hitler stamps aren't any big deal; they're common, but people think they're interesting.
Here.
That's an early one. That's 1897. I mainly collect American now,
I
but
didn't know
there
anything
was a
about them, but I
time.
just figured that it was so cheap.
Oh yeah, for $20. I mean, it definitely was a buy.
Well, it has just been a real treat to show you some of the cool things that my friend Dave found on his travels, and also to share some of the wonderful collection that my friend Carol had. We miss her very much, but we are so grateful to her brother and sister-in-law for sharing these great things with us and the chance to get to see them, because some of these things haven't been on the market in decades, and they will likely sell to serious collectors and go off the market for decades. So we may never see some of these things again. It was a real pleasure to get to share them with you. I'm George the Antique Nomad. Please check out my links to other social media in the description. Please check out my membership info. You can click the join button or check the links in the description for information on different membership tiers and benefits. We appreciate all of that support. And also, if you need appraisal help, go to theantiquenomad.com and you can find out how you can get help to evaluate a single item or a bunch of items. I'm always glad to help with people in the community. I just really enjoy this group of people so much, and it's so nice to bring this to you. We'll see you soon for more adventures. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me again in the fun and fascinating antique community, here where online meets the real world. Please click the subscribe button below, click the bell to be notified when new videos upload, leave a comment below, and hit thumbs up to like this video. Links to our online social media and our items for sale are in the description. This is George at the Antique Nomad. Bye for now.